Alright, in this video I'm going to talk about subject markers. So in one of the videos just a couple videos ago I said I'm going to drop the subject from the sentences, and that's when we're doing that's more when it's going to be an action verb, because we could have I, you, he, she, doesn't really matter. But what you'll notice about the sentence that you're doing here, which is the weather is good, okay? A couple things about this. The first is that the verb we're using in this sentence is actually one of our descriptive verbs, okay? It is an adjective in verb form. And so in these sentences, when we're using descriptive verbs, I'm almost always going to include an actual subject, okay? Whereas in the other sentences I said it, I, you, he, she, I'm going to drop it. But again, these descriptive verbs are describing something, so I'm going to put our extra vocab is going to be the subject of this sentence. So is good. What are we describing? We're describing the weather. Okay, the weather is the subject in this sentence. Okay, and so when we have these kind of sentences, we're going to use the subject markers I and ga. Okay, now I realize that I'm sort of touching on one of the biggest rabbit holes in the Korean language, which it is the question: what's the difference? Maybe you know the other subject markers, un and nun. What's the difference between un, nun, and I and ga? Okay, is one of the biggest, most difficult questions to answer, and I don't attempt to answer it in one day, in one video. In the full online course I have, we introduce it kind of towards the end of level 1, and then work on it in level 2, and then really sort of get deeper and deeper into it in level 3, because I don't think it's something that you can just listen to one answer and be like, oh, okay, I got it. It's not at all. Okay, there are different sort of components, different ways to use it, different, and there's all these things that you can't take it all at once, just learn step by step. And so one step, I'm just going to keep it simple and say one step is, very often the thing that's getting described by these descriptive adverbs uses the I and ga, okay? The un and nun is what I call a primary subject marker or a topic marker, and then could have this sort of smaller sentence within it. Again, not needed now. Let's just keep it super simple. When we have these descriptive verbs, we have this subject, we're going to use I or ga as the subject marker, okay? If you're interested in this kind of stuff, again, you can get in touch, or there'll be instructions somehow, somewhere, to find out more about the full course, but that's totally up to you, because we do get into that stuff there. But, so, the weather is good. So the weather being, so let's actually, so 날씨 is weather. Now, same thing. So we have I and ga, and again, these attach on the end of a word to signify the subject. Same thing here. To be honest, what I said about the object marker, if you drop it, it's going to be totally fine, okay? And that's more, I say that more for in the beginning, where you might be like, ooh, is it this or this or this? Don't worry about it. If you drop it, you don't have to even choose, okay? You can maintain your fluency. You can maintain the conversation. And then the more comfortable you become as your experience grows, and you start being able to put those subject and object markers on more naturally, without sacrificing fluency, then, I think, yeah, great, start including them. But until then, the act of conversing, which is really our goal, right? That's the reason we're learning how to speak Korean, is way more important than perfection. So that is my advice. Again, hopefully I won't rant about that too many more times, but it's just something I firmly believe. That's why I do rant about it quite a bit. So, I follows a consonant, ga follows a vowel, okay? So, here we have 날씨, I ends in a vowel, so we're going to say 날씨가. So our sentence will be 날씨가 좋아요, okay? The weather is good. If I wanted to have, what's one, well, I can't think of one off the top of my head, so let's just go back to the one we just did in the previous video, pop, okay? If I wanted to make pop the subject of one of these sentences, then I would use 이 밥이, okay? 밥이 날씨가, okay? Hope that's clear. I'll see you in the next video.